My name is Juan Carlos Baranici. I'm the founder of Gold Bar Staffing, and I currently staff real estate professionals with highly trained remote executive assistants. We're on track to do 200K this month.
What do you think is your primary constraint in the company?
Our turnaround time when it comes to hiring, onboarding, and training that VA to go into that person's business. The longer the turnaround time, the less transformation the customer's experiencing as soon as they give us their money. So we're trying to get that down as fast as possible.
So talk to me a little bit about the turnaround time right now. If you guys are tracking it, where are you at and what would be the KPI?
So pretty much the KPI is from the time that they give us their first payment to cover the staffing fee, the hiring, the managing, the training, the ramp up. We're seeing that from start to finish. It's taken us about 30 to 45 days to finally implement that person into their business. Our end goal is to start doing this in as little as 21 days. If we can get someone over to them that's fully ramped up and trained on their systems within 3 weeks, that is a home run. Right now, we're doing about double.
Are you solving this because people are saying, I wish I could get my EA faster from you guys?
We had to stop sales the last 3 months. So we brought on 10 clients 2 months ago, 15 clients the month before, and every single month we had to either double our pricing or completely just halt sales because we would get stuck with 30 people on a wait list pending to receive their actual VA, and fulfillment was completely clogged up. So it's not even a matter of people requesting it. It's just, I can't get to 30, 40, 50 sales a month until this problem gets fixed.
Walk me through this process. I just became a client of yours. What do you guys do?
We've been sourcing off Facebook and Meta ads, primarily Instagram and Facebook, into about 5 different countries. We have a screening team, an interview team, and someone that certifies the VA when it comes to training. We're screening through about 100 to 200 applications daily. We're getting them down to the 1%. And then once they go through the final interview and then getting certified and everything there, then is when the bottleneck starts of us having to actually train them on that agent's systems. So we've been able to templatize and systemize like 85% of the entire real estate training that these people need to have. The issue is every agent has a different tech stack. Every agent has different delegation needs. Every agent is focusing on a different part of their business, whether it's admin, marketing, or sales. We kind of have to customize that VA for that person. That seems to be the bottleneck. I don't know if I should change what I'm selling. I don't know if I should adapt and create something over here. But that is where everything is getting clogged up.
The 2 questions I have is how much variation is there? And what is the expectation you're setting either in marketing and sales to these real estate agents as far as what these EAs can do for them?
When we started out about 16 months ago, we were offering a VA for every single skill. So here's your admin VA, here's your marketing VA, here's your sales VA. If you need a recruiting VA, we could help you out with that. Terrible idea, because everyone just picks whatever their immediate constraint is. And then once that constraint is solved, they no longer need that person. They want to get rid of them. Ended up being a mess. And now it is just strictly one role, an executive assistant. That executive assistant can learn your admin. They can manage your emails, your calendar, work within your CRM. They could also help you with your marketing. And we're starting to basically start teaching them on how to use Claude and OpenAI to start making them AI operators. So the end goal is for them to have one role, one person, systemize the entire process. So the training and everything we're doing is very systematic across the board, but we do still want to customize it for them specifically. So we're just trying to find out what's the best way to do that. We implemented a system specialist that sits down with them and extracts what they're doing day to day and helps them build out their SOPs. And then we're taking those SOPs and handing them off to their assistant. We just don't know if all of this is possible within a 2-week turnaround.
Whenever you close the agent on the front end on the sales call, I'm sure they're saying like, okay, I'm specifically bogged down by this main thing right here. Is there any thought about that when it comes to the first things that you're training the EA in order for them to start working with the client? What you can do is infuse it into the script. Okay, Bob, so if I'm hearing you correctly, you'd really love to get your emails checked every single day. You'd like to respond on your social media comments, and you need to be connected with 3 loan officers a day right now. It sounds like the 3 loan officers a day is the thing that's eating the most of your time or that's going to make you the most money as quickly as possible. So if I can get you an EA in the next 2 weeks, that's going to take that off your plates. And so I think what this would allow you to do is instead of getting a packaged up EA that has everything that they want right from the start, if we could get the one thing that they want, train them on that one thing, get them on there. And then one of the things that we used to do for our VA placement company is we would charge people monthly maintenance or training for those VAs, essentially trying to keep them sharp, answering their questions. We needed to do it anyway so we could make sure the VAs were good enough for the clients, but we baked that into our monthly recurring package so that people would continue to pay us money because it technically was a consumable. My recommendation would be I would first review the last 20 to 50 sales calls using AI. Look at it and see what is I call it grouping up. What are the 3 to 5 buckets where people are saying, I need this the most inside of the EA or admin task? It's going to give you like 80% is asking for this, 20% is asking for this. Then I would bake that into the sales script where you're saying, okay, Bob, you're saying you need a lot of help with reaching out to loan officers. We call that the outreach skill or the connector skill. That's something that we're going to train your EA on first so that they can be delivered to you within 2 weeks. And then we have these other 3 skills, which are insert group buckets here, which they'll be trained on over time. But our goal is to really buy you back that time as quickly as possible, really before your second payment comes up. So that way you're already seeing an ROI. And the secret with that is that you need to lead them a little bit in the conversation. So we do this in our sales script and it works incredibly well. We let the prospect say their own words for what their bottleneck is or what their constraint is or where they want to buy time back. And then we say, yeah, that usually shows up as this. And then we package it in the specific words that we know we can solve based on the playbooks that we have. So for example, somebody might say, yeah, the real big problem right now is that our closers aren't closing as well as I'm closing it. That typically shows up in longer sales cycles and in a lower close rate when it's somebody else. We have this playbook for that. I would figure out in that sales script, what are the buckets that you want these people to be trained on? And then based on what they're saying, you reset it back to them in that bucket, get them to agree to that. And then that would trigger that onboarding flow and automation. And then instead of it's a custom training, I mean, it is custom, but it's really kind of prepackaged. So like for us, it would be like, okay, so your close rate's low, so we need to work on your sales process. Or you're not getting enough book calls, so we need to implement an ad strategy. So it's not necessarily like custom because we're doing the same thing for dozens of people every single month, but for the person, it feels like it's custom. Does that make sense?
100%.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.